speaks loudly. Now Rrq Hoshi, last pickup here. They kind of need some kind of physical damage unless this Benedetta is going for a damage build, because they already have a lot of magic damage. They need a little bit more physical, and they kind of need a tank killer as well, which is kind of difficult. Oh, they're picking out the Bane.
I was thinking
That's
about
actually
the
quite
Bane.
a solid pick. Still, even though it's like utility over utility over utility, Aurora's 3-man mid lane is actually very strong.
Yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from there as well. So now that we're back in the land of dawn for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, I feel inclined to remind you of the stakes, because if Aurora are able to take one more game, they immediately qualify to the next stage of the Snapdragon Pro series. Rrq needs to do everything in their power to stop their tracks.
Right now, we got to do a little bit of house cleaning here. But first of all, I'm looking at the gold lane here, and it looks like Dominkite is actually having priority over Skylar. Something to note here is that Dyron is going to be using the Revitalize. And looking at Dyron's talent setup, looks like he's going to be a little bit more aggressive, having the Trill as well as the Spell Vamp thing.
Speaking of aggression, though, down here, Edok and Skylar both already taking a lot of punishment from Yue and Rrq. Edok not really catching a break this series. In game 1, he was getting abused pretty hard in the first few minutes, too.
Oh, and something we haven't highlighted, Rrq, Cho is his hero, man. Like,
true.
No matter which lane he goes to, if he's playing jungle, EXP, or whatever, if he's using the Cho, then Rrq fans, they don't have to worry about anything.
Ooh, there we go. Praises Raph.
Oh.
Love to see it. Just turns Skylar into a pile of mush for first blood.
You say love to see it? I would say debatable. It depends.
I mean,
which
if you're on the
side...
receiving end, you know,
yeah,
then you won't see it before you're turned into a pile of mush. So it's fine.
Yeah, honestly, Fredrin is a TikTok favorite, man. Like, so many clips of 4,000 damage on the Praises Wrath. It's like, ugh.
Even I have a TikTok clip on Fredrin. That's how you know.
Oh, really?
There's a lot. Yeah, I do, actually.
Oh, damn. Well, there you go. You got the Chos, you got the Fredrins. So now with Rrq Hoshi, they're still fine because their comp does scale up. So it's okay. Having Skylar die there is kind of not okay.
Yeah, Yue continuing his control of the skies from the last round by taking out Skylar himself in the bot lane, despite it being a 2v3. That real world manipulation being able to extend all the way under tier 1. And now we can see why they picked up this hero despite having the face of Valentina.
Yeah, Yue now as well. In the previous game, he was basically untouched. Perhaps the same thing can be said about this game, because looking at how Rrq is moving around. Oh, now Demon Kite as well.
A deadly catch able to stop Demon Kite from going forward. Entropy allows Skylar to walk back as well. That means that Aurora cannot continue their pursuit here. So Rrq with some breathing room, but unfortunately they found Rins. Though with the Purify, he is fine.
Do you worry if Fredrin comes back to the meta, Staffa?
Well, we haven't seen him in a long time, so I actually don't mind seeing him a little bit. What I do worry about is if we see nothing but Fredrin.
Okay. You know what? I'll agree with you there. Fredrin is fine. Not every game, Fredrin. Speaking of every game, looking at the top lane here, it looks like Dyron gets punished so hard, and now Demon Kai goes to the jungle.
And not able to get his own purple buff. Avatar the Guardian a bit too late, and the way of oh wow, he just gets kicked back into the Praises Wrath, and Demon Kite has some takoyaki for dinner. Unfortunately, Edok and Skylar in the front line finally picks up Yue and are able to walk back into their own tier 1 to be able to stay safe from the rest of Aurora.
I mean, so far, Aurora is having amazing control. 1.5k gold ahead, and Demon Kite, he's basically 80% HP here. He's completely fine with contesting the turtle again. And again, Fredrin is one of those turtle contests that is very hard for you to really do anything. Especially as a Bane that lost his purple buff that doesn't have Rrq. Yeah, this is going to be a free turtle for Aurora all day, every day.
Rrq understand it as well. And we can see them already shifting to defensive positions. Rrq looking for Skylar, not able to find him. But with the wave cleared up, Dominkite not going to be able to find too much more gold off of it. Dyren wants to look for an ult, but without Petrify, he's not really able to set up. So Aurora just gets to walk away.
Looking at the goal leaderboard here, both side laners for Aurora is actually doing very, very well. Now, even the jungler, they're shifting between Demon Kite as well as Sutsujin, but really a big difference here. 3.7k for the Moskov, and Skylar is nowhere near.
Yeah, that is not a good sign because we literally mentioned earlier, Nathan as a hero just is so strong in general throughout the game, and Aurora knows this. So a lot of additional pressure has been put on Skylar's lane in particular, just to make sure that Doming has a great time.
And they're like, oh, we heard you're strong, but are you 1v3 kind of strong? It looks like not really. Like, as strong as the hero is, going up against Rrq, Yue, Demon Kite, as well as Doming Kite, it's a very big ask for Skylar on this Natan, especially when we see when Edok comes to help save him, Edok takes so much damage that he really can't contribute too much. And Skylar, whether he likes it or not, has to stay under his turret.
He may be able to walk through time, but he's not really able to walk through people. Aurora gonna continue initiating on the bot lane, targeting Edok. Nagatot again forced back, even the Spear of Destruction, just to contribute a little additional damage. Oh, concealed play, way of the dragon right into the real world manipulation, and that is going to be a dead Sutsujin. Dyren trying to stop Yue, but again, no Petrify. He can only just walk back. Rrq being as annoying as we expect, and Aurora continuing to apply pressure, looking for even more across the map. Tier 1 gonna be the target. Abrasive Trap does some solid damage once again. Real one manipulation though, this time trapping Demon Kite, but he's able to still walk away despite everything.
Dude, how is that fair? How is that fair? Demon Kite still survives after all of that, getting tower shot, being in the real world manipulation, gets a turtle. Oh,
he lives up to his name, you know? He can kite anything, even on a slow hero.
So that's why. All right, now we'll keep going on to Dyren. It looks like not gonna be much there. Aurora, like you said, Stefan, just keeps on putting the pressure, making it so that Rrq Hoshi don't have time to breathe. And looking at how Edok has been playing, this is one of those times where I reminded myself of my rank games and why I don't like using roam.
You know, I absolutely understand because I feel the same way. I feel really bad for Edok right now. His score is 1-0-0, actually pretty good for a roam, but he's been able to contribute so little to the overall game so far.
Yeah. But to be fair, no one from Rrq Hoshi really has an impact so far. Dyren hasn't, Rins hasn't, Sutsujin hasn't. This really does feel like Rrq Hoshi, they're just playing for farm, and they're not trying to find unnecessary fights. Or at least for Rrq Hoshi, most of the fights seem unnecessary just because even if we do fight, what are the chances that we're going to win? It's very low.
Dyren in trouble, Spear of Destruction already connected, and here comes Rrq. Iver9 keeps him alive for a little bit, but not against 3 members of Aurora. They're just continuing to find picks everywhere across the map. And even though it seems like a lot has happened so far, actually only 7 kills in total this game, 5 in favor of Aurora.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but Rrq Hoshi, they need to find an opportunity to get something here. Because again, they're playing very, very defensive. And this is not to their fault. This is how their draft is systematically supposed to be played. But again, once they have an opportunity to turn things around, then it's going to be good. The bad thing here is Tafa is that from Aurora, not a single person has more than 3 kills. So no big shutdown goal will be held. Even if they kill Demon Kite, the amount of gold they get from Demon Kite isn't that much because he only has 2 kills.
And this is one of the positives as well of just Filipino gameplay, where if there's not a lot of kills, no matter how far ahead you are, you dying actually doesn't create that much of an impact because you just don't have any shutdown gold to give away. Next Lord now gonna be the target. Aurora gonna take their time with this one.
Rrq Hoshi, they're trying to use this Lord as a bit of a leverage to keep Aurora here. Sutsujin gets found out by Rrq.
Way of the Dragon kicks him right into the rest of the Aurora gang, and Abrasive Trap finishes him off. Yue wins the death box fight against Rins. Skylar has to use Entropy defensively. Dyren will be able to get some split push in on the bottom side of the map, but Is it gonna be enough?
Honestly, this might be over for Rrq Hoshi because rarely do we see that happening where a jungler gets straight up caught by a Cho, because usually you would have your members of the team or the jungler himself opening up the map. Like, look at this. It's weird that Sutsujin, maybe he was looking at his items or something, but he reacted so late towards Renegade catching him there. I mean, Bane doesn't have a dash, so even if he notices, what else is he gonna do, you know? But still, this shows that might be over.
Renegade actually caught out between all 5 members, but survives on 10% HP, even after everything. With all the resources spent, Sutsujin just barely able to secure his orange buff.
I mean, if this keeps on going on, Aurora looks like they have the first ticket to go to the next stage. Right? They can do it. Rrq Hoshi only with 2 kills, down by 5,000 gold. I don't think Skylar has the Holy Crystal just yet, and at this point, he might need the Divine Glaive as well.
It's a complete reversal from what we saw in their match against Fnatic Onyx yesterday. Aurora showing them how it is done. The wave we're gonna be oh, beautiful 3-man flicker, Jikundo knockout right into the real world manipulation. Domenkai gonna be doing some damage. The Siren comes in with the Electro final blow, but he's not able to really do anything at all. Vengeance gonna be soaking all of that up, and now Domenkai is in the base. He takes a double kill. Only leaving Rin's alive. This is the opening Aurora wanted. 3v1. They're gonna push straight down mid and look to end game 2.
Coaches and gold laners would say that what Domenkai did was a mistake. But the dopamine you get from doing that cool of a play, I'd say it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean,
maybe
like,
he should rename himself to Dopamine Kai.
You're a goddamn genius, Tafa. I didn't even think of that. Dopamine Kai. Oh, that's... You know what? There you go. You know what? Yeah, I approve. 10 out of 10.
Nice. I got approval, guys. Happy about that one. Ooh, Edward didn't. Oh,
Edward died.
He tried to jump back in to jump away, and then he just blew up. This is where Natan does start getting a little bit scary, but they only have 1 inhibitor to play with.
Yeah, but you know, that's good. First you kill the gold laner, and then you kill the EXP, so there's a chance. Like, if you're in RQ's position, any good thing that happens, you just gotta take it, right? If your manager buys you a burger, you're like, we're losing, but at least we get a burger. You gotta be happy with what you got.
You know what, LaFell, you are absolutely right. Sometimes you just gotta appreciate the little things in life. And right now, any little victory Rrq can get, they gotta hold on to and turn into a snowball.
Yeah, right now, Rrq, they're probably talking about, you know what, a burger is great, but you know what would be even better if we can steal this Lord away. The problem is they can't move forward. They don't really have a lot of avenues to come and check this Lord. And it looks like Aurora wants Rrq Hoshi to come in. Never mind, they're bursting it down.
Yeah, they know that Rrq is not gonna contest at this point. It would be a little bit suicide to try and jump into that because Aurora still has a pretty big network lead at this stage. They'll just try to hold, because if they steal RWM with Deadly Catch, their base defense is actually not bad.
Oh yeah, honestly not bad. And looking at the gold here, Skylar has caught up, only differentiating by 1,000 gold, so it is still okay. It is good. Rrq Hoshi, this is probably the strongest position that they can be in, because like you said, the wave clear is very good. And it's on Aurora not to make the mistake, because the Deadly Catch, the damage coming in from the Natan, they can do something here. Rrq Hoshi can do something here.
Absolutely, but that'll depend on them. The Lord is crashing in. They're taking a good amount of damage. Edok in a lot of trouble. Avatar the Guardian forward. Maybe should have used it defensively, but he is actually able to survive and clear the minion wave for now. Werewolf Manipulation being used by Rins to actually deal with a lot of the minions coming in for Aurora and even take out Yue at the same time. Rrq Hoshi are able to survive to fight another day.
Yeah, that was good, but now another wave is coming. Can they do it again?
Now Rins dashes in, gets hit with the Spirit Misery. Unfortunately, no stun here. Dyron's still alive. Skylar uses the Purify, but the minion wave comes on in. The crystal is wide open, and because of that, Aurora will be your first team moving on to the next stage of the Snapdragon Pro Series.